So I think it will be most helpful to start looking into why exactly how the disc herniation happens. And to have a general idea of that is we have to look into anatomy of a dog's or anatomy of a spinal structure. So if you type in dogs, sorry that my screen kind of slide out, dog, spinal cord, disc, this is what we look at. Um, so this probably is a helpful, why my screen, why my, okay, hello, okay. So the spinal cord is here, right? The spinal cord is here, and the blue one, sometimes they can squeeze and pop up. They can squeeze and pop up and hit the spinal cord, and this is the disc. This is how they slide out. Um, they are basically a genetic disorder. Normally, they stay inside of these vertebrae and they don't really cause any problems. But if they carry this FGF4 genes in their chromosome 12, then oftentimes they cause a earlier degeneration and it becomes like just a more fragile portion of their body. And in any given moment, when they walk too fast, too slow, or you know, we're just a random Wednesday morning, it can pop out, and if it hurt the spinal cord, then this may be the moment that they display clinical signs. And when that happened, there are two injuries that happen at the same time. One is the contusive injury, and two is a compression injury to the spinal cord. So contusive injury is, imagine you hit your thumb with a hammer, right? The impact hurts. But if you leave that impact and leave a very heavy hammer on the fingers, you probably will continue to sustain some ongoing tissue damages. That's where the compression injury comes into play. And these two forces working in together result in a clinical sign that we see comes from pain, weakness in their back leg, wobbling in their back leg to the point they're not able to walk, or up to the point they're not able to feel their back legs. Um, these things are somewhat unpredictable and in a way uncontrollable. So oftentimes it's not like a particular event specifically triggers it. It's oftentimes genetically they are weaker on their and on their disc, and any given moment they can have this issues. So I think this is very important because oftentimes people will like, oh, it must be Fluffy did that, and then if I can remove this X factor at the beginnings, Fluffy in the future will never have this issue, which is human nature to think about that, right? We wanted to grasp a reason of why bad things happen on me or my own pet and my own pets. But the challenges here is oftentimes there may not be such a thing. It just, we somehow choose these genes to make the dog smaller and shorter, and this is the consequence that we carry on, and we have been noticing them, um, and it just whenever it's gonna pop out, it's gonna pop out. So that's a really important lesson I want to share is don't over blame anyone to have the discrimination happen. Um, this is something beyond our control. So that's what I think really important from introduction.